Yaname Nanaju Nanaju.
Oh my god.
I can do like the first half. Yaname Nanaju Name. Jesus Christ. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Anime Club After Dark, the podcast that delves into all things anime, manga, and otaku culture related. I'm your host, Alex, but you can call me Senpai, and I am joined tonight by our poser extraordinaire, Natai.
Jazz hands time, bro. It's jazz
Yes.
hands time.
You know what it's time for? It's time for Bees.
Bees. Man, have I got a story to tell you.
Ononoki, place! I brought out my cursed Ononoki for this recording.
She said with a posed look.
Wait,
shit. That shtick is gone, right?
That
shtick is long gone.
That was from a previous era in my life. But I have to ask Natai, because we are here finally after over a year of it being done. Now, has it been a year? It's been almost a year. Of it being completed, and there have been people in our comments who have asked, and we are finally delivering. We are going to be talking about Monogatari Off and Monsters season.
Thank you, by the way, to everyone who left a comment asking about when we're going to do a spoilercast. Like, it was really heartwarming to read.
Your
those.
Annoyance paid off. We're here. I have to ask you.
Took me a while to get through.
I know, it did take you a while. We were originally going to do this much earlier this year, but Natai kept pushing it back and back and back.
Yeah, I fucked up.
I have to ask you, did you think we'd ever be back here? Because when we did because this is obviously another part of our Monogatari Spoilercast series, and when we did those, like, the rankings to finish off our Spoilercast series, to finish it off, I thought that maybe we would get more, but it wouldn't be this soon.
Yeah, like after doing the Zoku episode, I was like, yeah, like I'm satisfied, you know. I'm done with Monogatari for a good while, and then the ranking episodes, like the tier list episodes, were really fun to do. Yeah, that was like a fun exercises, you know, like, oh, look, the kid gush even more about Monogatari. Who fucking knew? But I was kind of good to, like, put Monogatari in the books and move on, you know. And then those fuckers in Shaft are like, oh, we got more.
Yeah.
Excuse me, what?
You know what? It never ceases to amaze me, because it has happened so many times on our podcast that we say something is never going to happen, and then it does. I swear to you, it's happened at least 3 times that I can think of off the top of my head where I have said it. Mm-hmm. I said to John one time on a recording that we were talking about Spice and Wolf, and said, there's always that meme of, Spice and Wolf season 3 never, like John, we're never gonna get any more animated Spice and Wolf ever again. And we went on like a whole rant and tangent about it, and then literally the next week it was revealed that they were working on a remake, and I'm like, God damn it.
I'll never forget that text for you where I was like, I'm crying, man, I'm crying.
Oh my God, I was so happy that night. You have no idea.
I do. We texted.
But yeah. But Monogatari, man, it is the gift that keeps on giving, I guess. Shaft promised a long time ago. Shaft promised back, I think, in 2010, 2011, that they would animate the entire Monogatari series, and Nisio Isin keeps chopping out stuff, so why not?
I think it does bear mentioning that, like, I think Shaft of now versus Shaft of last time we checked on Monogatari kind of changed a lot. I mean, there was a whole, like, exit of a group of, like, Shaft employees that left, I think, for David Production and other places. Like, the studio is not necessarily the same as it was, I think.
Yeah, and it kind of shows. I mean, obviously, the principal director of this is still Akiyuki Shimbo, but there's a lot of people working under him that are really the episode directors. But, I mean, you can still see a lot of the Shimbo-esque touch.
It's still Monogatari through and through, yeah.
Except for maybe one episode that we will get to later.
By the way, yes, I am a bit stuffy and a bit sick, as you could probably tell. I'll bear with me as I go through this recording. But yeah.
I got you. Before we actually get into like the episodes themselves, because we're not gonna, unlike the previous ones, we're not gonna do like an episode by episode breakdown. We are gonna do just an arc by arc breakdown.
This is the first time for me watching this as well. You just rewatched it.
I rewatched it, but it is.
And you read the novels.
It's still, yeah. Well, yeah, yes. Now, granted, I have not read any of the officially translated stuff for this because, as of the time of us recording this, there is no officially translated stuff for this. But it kind of feels almost like a first watch, even though I've watched it twice, because it's so new, it's so soon.
Yeah, for sure.
For the other ones, I'd had several years to ruminate on them before we started talking about them.
So I did want to ask you, so because you kind of we talked about it a few times in the past and right before I start recording, but so this season is called Monster and Off Season. So obviously they're like adapting both seasons, but the order is a bit different, right? They like pick and chose like different arcs from both seasons for this.
It's like a
adaptation.
They're just
And this is not the entirety of both seasons. What we got in these 14
no.
episodes.
No, okay. And they have hinted that there is going to be more. I think, at least as of the time of us recording this, they have announced that there is going to be at least one additional episode that comes out. I think sometime next year, although I don't think
singular
that's set in
episode.
Stone. A singular episode. Now, I don't know if that's going to be like an hour-long episode or what, but there's still more stories in Monogatari to adapt, more than what's already been done. So,
so this isn't the entirety of both seasons.
I have to think it's going to be something like they did with the Wari Monogatari, where they're splitting it into multiple seasons.
Mm-hmm.
What form that will take, I don't know yet.
I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Who knows? But we do get, I guess you could call it 4 arcs in this season. We get Tsukiki Undo, Nadeko Draw, Asarola Bon Appetit, and Shinobu Mustard. Mustard!
Yeah. Mustard! Mustard on the beat, yo. So, like, I'm really curious to get into some of these arcs with you because I think you'll be surprised by some of my specific take we'll get to.
All right.
But I will say, so like that first episode, the premiere was like 30 minutes long, and it covered it covered the first arc, which is Oroka Monogatari, Tsuki Undo. By the way, right, like 2 days ago, I think I found out this arc has its own OP they released for the Blu-rays, and I just want to go on a limb and say this probably is one of the few OPs that I don't like the song at all for.
It's not the best.
It's not great, and it's a shame because it's a Tsukihi song, and I love Platinum Disco.
Yeah, it's not. It feels like an afterthought, honestly. But to be fair, it was not part of the original broadcast.
Yeah, but like I just want to put it out there. I was a bit disappointed by that OP. The visuals were okay, but like it was.
Can we talk briefly about the ED for this season?
Yes, I'd love to.
You want to talk about Yoasobi? Because I want to talk about Yoasobi.
So like I saw, because I got so late on the party with this rewatch that I kind of because I'm crazy and I don't let myself listen to songs from anime I didn't watch yet. So I didn't get a chance to experience Undead, the ED for this show by Yoasobi when it came out. So I kind of forgot about it, and then watching the first episode, it's like Yoasobi. I'm like, oh right, they made the song for this season, right? Let's go. It's so good.
It's a really good
song. So good.
I like the fact that it was used for. I mean, there's some episodes where the ED doesn't show up, and we got a ReZero situation. There's a couple episodes where it is literally ReZero. We get no OP or ED.
The animation is different for each arc, which is
that's what I was going to bring up. Like, I thought it was cool that each time there's a new like arc, and sometimes even within arcs, within different episodes, there's subtle changes to the animation that you see, which I like. I like the fact that they were able to use the same song but change the animation to suit the story being told in the arc.
But yeah, I love the song. It's definitely one of the best EDs in Monogatari period, if not the. I I don't know if it
Yeah.
breaks the form. If it takes the spot of the first Edie from Bake, because it's so special, perfect. I'm not sure it goes that far, but
It's close.
definitely it's a banger.
It's yeah.
It's
I
a
mean, it's
banger.
Yoasobi. Was there any doubt? The second they mentioned Yoasobi, was there any doubt?
It's
I
great.
do like because when they originally announced this, they did not announce whether it was an OP or an ED, and a lot of people were kind of upset. It's like if it's an OP, that's kind of like breaking the mold.
I think we also, I think also people got to the point where they were a bit overexposed to Yoasobi, so anything they would put out, people were like, like
I
I
mean,
remember,
people are Yoasobi's been making some bangers for some absolutely phenomenal anime too. So I mean,
yeah, like because I remember it was around the times when Yoasobi was like they made the OP for Free Ren and some other shows, like they were very. Like, I wouldn't blame some people for saying they were overexposed to Yoasobi, but like they still
yeah.
make good shit, so like I don't mind.
Let's talk about
But yeah, this
Suki
is great.
Undo.
I thought this arc was fine. I thought it was really fun. I like
Yeah.
Ononoki. As like,
I listen. The more that I see of Mononoke, the more she's one of my absolute favorite characters.
Yeah.
And I love the arcs where she is the POV character, and this is another one where she is the POV character.
Yeah, she was
I-
great in this arc.
Mononoke is such an interesting character to have a POV from because she is effectively like this immortal creature who doesn't like the idea of being immortal.
Yeah, she struggles with it, especially in this arc where she kind of like, oh, what is this fucking purpose? What is this weird life I'm living right now? Also, I was surprised how much Ononoki is integral for the season, pretty much.
Yeah, except for the final arc, really. Yeah.
Yeah, final arc is kind of we'll get there when we get there. But it's like I was surprised how I mean obviously this first arc Tsuki Andu she's the POV character, but then when we get to Not a Good Draw, she's also a very integral part of that arc as well. I was very surprised with the Ononoki love, but honestly, I'm totally okay with how we got to the point where we can do like these arcs that focus on side characters and characters we didn't get as much. Maybe we got a lot of them in the main series, but it's nice seeing it from their perspective.
I mean, obviously, like Araragi is the main focus of the Monogatari series, like, and especially his relationship with Hitagi. But I love these little excursions we have where we get to see like the lives of other characters outside of their interactions with
like-
those two.
Like one of my favorite things from Owari Monogatari as a whole is how much that like Owari was sort of like a breath of fresh air in the sense of yes, we're still following Araki, but we get a whole lot more interactions between the cast in itself interacting with each other, And it was so refreshing to see like multiple characters in the room, like whether it was Hitagi and Sodachi or Hanekawa and Ogi, and like all these characters having these conversations, and Aragi not being the focus of everything. And these seasons, I guess, definitely amplify that, which is great.
Yeah.
I love that.
I love the little thing you put in the notes about the Madoka Magica reference. I
It's
love
so
that
good.
too.
It's so good. Like
Also,
Yeah.
another thing I loved about this particular like mini arc, if you want to call it that, is that you kind of see the ramifications of something that happens before. I mean, this is obviously Ononoki is kind of being forced to be a watch guard for the Phoenix that's inside Tsukihi, and she doesn't really like it.
Yeah, I appreciate how much like they stick to the bit of like Tsuki being this like fucking apparition that no one is really sure aside from Amaragi because he's a brother obviously, but like everyone else are like, yeah, this dangerous, fucking Phoenix over here.
Yeah.
And I like how she is a force of nature in that sense as well, Tsuki, as like with her personality, and she's like very domineering, and she's great. She's a great fun character.
I mean, they even bring that up in the something similar to that in this particular episode where Ononoki is like I'm a trespasser in this family, but then she's like the Phoenix is a trespasser inside Tsukihi. It's like
Yeah,
one and
it's
the same.
Yeah, she's also a trespasser in this family. It's great. It's like I think Tsuki Undo is a really fun Monogatari arc, and I think it's for the best that it's only one episode because it goes by pretty quick, and like it's just you're it's like a one and done, but you're like really satisfied with because it still has all these fun like Nisio Isins isms to it.
Yeah. Um, what do you think of the battle with the slug?
I liked it. I liked it quite a bit. I liked
You
it
like
quite
you
a
like
bit.
the CGI slug, huh?
I don't think it was. I think it was pretty good, all things considered. Like it wasn't bad, you know.
I
It didn't
do
take me
like
out of it.
how I do like how this does fall back on a couple of Monogatari tropes. Number one, Tsukihi failing because she fails again in this arc,
Yeah,
and also the fact that it comes back to that whole Monogatari shtick. Like, what is the overall theme of a lot of Monogatari? You can only save yourself. You
yeah.
cannot rely on others to save you.
It's just a really fun arc. Like I really enjoyed watching that first episode. It was like I don't think it'll stick with me quite a lot, but like I'll remember. I still remember it very fondly. It's like it's a fun little arc. One episode.
Yeah, and of course we get one of the best girls coming back, Tachikuchi, at the end. Do you think the
God.
solution to the issue is like too easy with Hachikuji being a god now?
No, I think I will give him credit. I think Hachikuji throughout this season, I think, is used fairly well in the sense of like she's God, but she's still true to her own like roots of like, oh, she's like wandering around the city, like kind of like her side effect of getting people lost. I think like it's very in character. I
Okay.
actually like really like that progression for her like as a whole as a character. I think it's like pretty fucking sick that this fucking ghost of this girl who got run over like turns into the god of this town.
Yeah.
I'm happy with it.
No, one of the things I love about the Monogatari series as a whole is when we have these arcs and like random characters will just show up and then they'll stay there for like 5 minutes and then bye. I
And
don't know.
even more
It makes
so
the
in this
world feel
season.
more real, and it's funny because if you look at the background art, the world feels very empty.
Yeah, but that was always like part of the otherworldliness of this town, how it doesn't feel like a real place because it's like a set dressing for all these weird maniacal characters to fuck around in, and that was
Yeah.
always like the aesthetic for Monogatari.
Yeah, and
Um,
I love the fact that we get that here, not only in this particular episode, but in the season as a whole and the stories as a whole. Um, for
can
this
we
season,
talk about the best arc in this season?
Nautico draw,
Nanako Draw is legitimately one of my favorite arcs in Monogatari as a whole now.
it's really good. Not only do we get like actual best girl Nautico back, I mean, what?
Not best girl,
um,
but man, this arc fucking propels her stocks all the way to the top, man.
um, again, this is another one that we see some of the ramifications from earlier stuff that Araragi did. I mean, we see her; she's living as a shut-in, basically. But she is doing her manga stuff. Also, love the subtle nod to Kaiki in the first episode. Thank you very much.
I would love to see it. We get another nod to him later on, but I love how, because one of my favorite thing about second season was how it felt like Monogatari, the sequel. In the sense of you had all these like different arcs where like they felt like the next big progression for these characters, including Nadeko herself with Nadeko Medusa. And I like how Nadeko Draw in this season is very much in the same vein of okay, what is the next big step for this character after everything she went through? And it's so satisfying to see how this like arc is like a whole retrospective of who is Naruto Sengoku as a whole, right? Where she literally confronts every aspect of her character throughout the series. Wow.
And
Wow, brilliant.
you know what they say: the harshest critic is yourself, especially
It's
when you look back on
so
who you used to be.
it's so good. I absolutely dig this arc. It's so
I
good.
I love Nautico Draw a lot, not only because I actually do like the character of Nautico and the different aspects of her you see throughout the course of the series, but I love the fact that it is forcing a character who has acted let's be honest, in not the best way towards a lot of other characters to actually come face to face with that in a very literal sense.
Yeah, it's so well done, and it's so. I love the framing of everything. Like the first episode, that the introduction where you see like her like character like in motion, and the like cuts to different versions of her, and it's all lead up to like the sort of the sort of like the premise of this arc, where it's like, oh, like she has all these Nautical clones roaming around the city, and like she needs to collect all of them back. It's so well done, and it's so creative. It's the best of Shaft in terms of like the way they portray her character. Shout out to Kana Anazawa. The
goat?
range,
The goat?
the goat, the range on this goat. Holy shit! Like the way she portrays each.
It's funny you mentioned that because I've been watching a currently airing series. Gachiakuta. It's
Okay.
currently airing. It's a
She's in it?
phenomenal show so far. It's a great like kind of shonen-esque show, I guess. But a character shows up and I'm like, wait a minute, and I was like, that's Kana Hanazawa.
Really?
And you know what? She sounds exactly in this show. She sounds exactly. I hate to say sound like Steven is, but exactly like flirty Nadeko.
I love Flirty Nadeko. She's so good. She's
I also
so good.
I love how when they're conceptualizing in that first episode, flirty Nadeko, it's like, yeah, the one you were a whore with the Aranagi with.
It's so funny, but it's so, and again, like the range that she has portraying all these Nauticos is so good. It's so good, and it's so, and again, like I maybe I'm a sucker for it because like I love Tsubasa Tiger. It also is a part. It's kind of a, not a rehash, but it's like it touches on a few familiar themes as Tsubasa Tiger, but sort of like that whole aspect of, oh, I should have tried to cut out these pieces of myself away to become better. I should have just accepted them as myself, but like try and learn from it. I love that shit, man. And seeing Nadeko like be whole again was really, really satisfying. Like
What did you
this arc
think
was
of?
great.
What did you think of the OP?
Oh,
Caramel ribbon
man.
custard. Oh, no. Excuse me. Caramel ribbon curse tard.
What the fuck is a curse start, by the way?
I don't know, but I feel like I'm being very
Is it a
ableist
pun
by
of being
saying
a
it that
curse?
way.
Is it a pun of like curse and custard? I don't know.
I'm assuming that's what it's supposed to be.
So, thanks for reminding me of that. So, by the way, banger OP. Banger OP. The fact that it combines both Renai circulation and elements of Muso Express is really cool. The fact that Ononoki sings during the OP with Nadeko
It's
is
a duet.
also really cool. It's a duet. It's so I love this OP so much. It's chef's kiss. Not enough good things to say, but it leads me to one thing I want to say. The soundtrack in this arc is
Yes.
a banger.
I'm so glad you brought that up.
Banger.
So I'm so glad for the music in this. They actually went back and borrowed the leitmotifs that they used throughout all of Nautico's centric story arcs. And
the
I also
OPs.
love the fact that each time that Nautico throughout this arc is confronting one of the aspects of herself, it is the first OP with her goddamn
Renai circulation.
Renai circulation. It is the beat to Renai circulation in a different key for each character.
And sometimes you also have like Muso Express popping up again, and it's so good. It's so like it's so rewarding to watch it this arc while being such a fucking massive mark for the series, you know, because you like, oh my god, it's the song, and like a new version are so good, they're so well done, and they add like a new flavor, you know.
Yeah.
Like it's because this is not the first time they use like leitmotifs from previous OPs, but it's just so satisfying to experience this arc, and this like the entire soundtrack is like it's like a treasure trove of like recontextualizing these leitmotifs, you know.
Yes. I mean, and at the same time, it's also
good.
story-wise, it's recontextualizing the different aspects
Yeah.
of Nautico now that she's having to actually literally confront these different aspects of her personality.
Yeah.
It's so good. This one arc does so much for Nautico's character. Like at the end of Awari, right? Like you get this sense that okay, we're done with this character. We're never gonna go back to her again. She's just like sort of this pariah, and you're never actually gonna have anything to do with her again. And then this comes along, and it's like, holy shit, Nisio Isin, you were on your shit that day.
He cooked.
I'm sure you wrote this in 15 minutes, but
It's like it's such a tight arc. It has one of my favorite features of every good Monogatari arc, where every supporting character is there for a really good reason, like because they add even more. Like her conversation with Sodachi.
oh my god!
Oh my
I
god,
love that so much.
It's so good.
Oh, what do you think? What do you think of 50s hairstyle Sodachi? Please tell me.
Bro, fucking, let me worship at the temple. Right on, man. I'm taking my shoes off. I'm running over there just on my knees. Oh,
Feet for free in this economy?
for free every single time. Fucking pray to your math god. Anyway,
This honestly, like no joke, this is my favorite design for her in the entire series.
ooh, interesting.
This is 100% my favorite design for Sodachi that we see in the series. I love the hairstyle. I love the outfit that she's got on when she meets with Nadeko. It's great.
I agree. It's her best design yet. I will say it's the best design yet.
Her breast design yet? What?
It's
That's a
Freudian slip. If I've ever done one. Yeah, that's her best design. Holy shit, that's a really good design. Yeah. Now to think about it, but that conversation adds so much layers because you already know Sodachi's like her past, what she went through, how she views herself. It's like that moment where she's like, she tells Nanako not to take like advice at face value, even if it comes from her parents, because all the shit she has been through with her parents and even Koyomi to some extent. It's like, oh my god, it's so good.
Yeah. And well, I mean, that also kind of plays into how she views Koyomi. What does she call Koyomi? Koyomi Oni-chan.
Exactly, and that's the thing. Like both of them are sort of like they both attend the anonymous alcoholic Araragi fan club. You know.
Yeah.
Hi, my name's Sodachi, and I also love Araragi. We love you, Sodachi. Right.
Hey, can we also talk about we see Boy Ogi again?
I love Boy Ogi in this arc.
Boygi? Bogey? Bogey? Is that what we're gonna call Boy Ogi? Bogey?
Oh, Bogey, he's thick. No,
Oh,
doesn't
Bogey.
work.
No.
I like his interaction with Nadeko.
I love the initial interaction between Nadeko and Ogi.
Yeah.
Did you realize when you were watching it what it kind of harkens back to?
Huh.
The Monty Hall problem.
Oh shit! Really? What?
Because she's given multiple choices. Nadeko's given multiple choices as to which aspect of her personality to pursue first.
Oh.
And she has to figure out what the right one is, and Ogi tells her one of the wrong answers.
I didn't pick that up. Pick up on that. That's crazy. Wow. Huh. This
I'm
arc
telling
is
you,
so
Nisio
fucking good, man.
Nisio Isin was on his shit when he wrote this arc. It is a subtle callback to the Monty Hall stuff from Awari Monogatari.
This arc is so fucking good, man. For real, it's so fucking good.
Yeah.
Also, I love
episode 4. Listen. I want to tell you, episode 4 in this arc, it's actually the third episode in this arc.
It's episode 4 of the
in the entire series, or in the season. Listen. Whoever was the episode director on this, who was the episode? I need to give
phenomenal work, by the way.
This was Yukihiro Miyamoto. Okay, listen here, Yukihiro. I need you to I'm gonna actually suck your dick right now. Okay.
Oh lordy, coming.
Literally. When Nadeko is standing in front of the door where Wrath Nadeko is, and she goes, Say no.
Say no.
Immediately cut to the OP. I'm like,
It's so
oh,
good. It's so
oh.
good. I popped so hard.
I literally, I was actually coming in my pants when that
I
happened.
was
Like, I'm not
marking
gonna
out
lie.
so it's just so good. Like it's so it also fucking like there's so many good bits in this episode, like the conversation between her and Itagi. Brrr. Oh my god. Oh my
Oh,
god.
oh my god. Can we point out that Nadeko also commits like at least 3 felonies throughout the course of this arc?
Which one of them?
well, well, let's see. She breaks into the, I don't know if that'd be a felony. Well, I guess it depends on where you are. But she breaks into the Aranagi household,
True.
commits vandalism in multiple rooms, and
Theft.
also steals clothes.
By the way, real quick? Fucking fire outfit, Nadeko. Holy shit.
Yeah, I love it. I love it a lot. But no, I thought it was funny when she's leaving the house and the phone rings and this idiot, this dumb ass is like, I'm trespassing in this house. The phone is ringing. What should I do? I know.
Picks up the
I'll
phone.
fucking answer it. You dumb
She's
fuck.
Also, this episode has the best head tilt in the entire series, if I may say.
Is it Hitagi's or?
No, it's Nadeko use it because the Ononoki is all chopped up, so she's like putting them together, and while they're conversing, she like does a head tilt using Onoki's leg to like push her head. It's so good. It's so hysterical.
Oh my god, that was great.
But that final episode like really does it for me in terms of like putting in when Colin comes together with like the fake out how Nadeko gets like ahead of God Nadeko. Like, it's
which is exactly how Kaiki beat God Nadeko.
It's so good. It's so good. So good.
It's obviously Kaiki did it in a different way, but it was still a fake out. Kaiki faked her out, and now Nadeko learned from that, and she faked out God Nadeko.
It's so good. And also like that beautiful moment where like flirty Nadeko saves her. And like it's like there's so many good like really emotional beats in this arc that hit so hard. It's so good.
Well, I tell you the best. Well, I don't know if it's the best, but one thing that really hit and like the credit to Kana Hanazawa, like when she's talking to herself, when she's acting with herself, like the two. Or the multiple Hanakawas, or not Hanakawas, Jesus Christ, the multiple Nadekos talking to each other. She's acting with herself, which I always think it's funny when actors can do that really well. It's a credit to them if they can act with themselves really well. But that conversation that she has with is it
Meek Nadeko?
Meek not when she's holding up the bookshelf and keeping it.
Oh no, that's the no, that's flirty Nadeko because Meek Nadeko was like she has the fun conversation with her later on in the high school.
But that conversation she's had, like where she's holding up the bookshelf to keep it from falling on her, like that's such a heartfelt conversation.
But then, like after all said and done, and after the conversation, then like there's the fucking fake out with Aragi's car, but it's Ogi actually driving it because of course they get you with it. But like I'm jumping up ahead of it, but that final conversation where she's talking to the last Nadeko and she's in high school and she's waiting for Aragi, and Nadeko is like, you just can't fucking wait for this guy anymore. It's like, holy shit, man. That ended me. That like final conversation got to me, man.
You know what? And it kind of, I won't say it hits home for everyone because maybe not everyone's been in this situation, but I'm sure there's a lot of people that can relate to the idea of like either being in love with someone or having like genuinely like strong emotional feelings for someone, and those feelings aren't like returned, or they don't feel the same way, and that's what she's going through. And let me tell you something, that hurts. Like when you are like really deeply in love with someone, or you have those strong feelings, and then you, especially if you confess them and they're like, nah, like, oh god, it can take weeks, but it's even more than that months to recover from that.
In this one specifically, because it's more of an even talk about it. It's not even like her getting rejected, but it's more of her putting Araragi on a pedestal and like getting obsessed with that. And
Yeah.
like that sort of like conversation that she has with herself, it's like you gotta let it go. Like you can't
Which
fucking wait for this fantasy that'll never come. And like when she said like, but I wanted to be like she was scared of not being in love with him. She was terrified of that. And then Naruto is like, but you gotta leave room for whoever you gonna fall in love with that will love you back. It's like, man, it's so good. Ah,
it's that conversation is so well
I want to
done.
watch this episode right now, bro. Fuck. I want to go back and watch this episode again. Holy shit, it was so good.
Uh, um,
This arc is fire. Is like I'm thinking about it right now, and I'm like, it's so good. It's so good.
I will
Oh,
say there's one line and again, it's not the official translation, so I am relying on the fan translation that I read to be actually good. Um, but there's a line that because some of it happens off screen where you see like the at the end where all the nauticos are like collected and put away. There's one where Meek Nautico's like the line is something to the akin of like I really don't want to die.
yeah.
And like current or like real
Current Nautico.
Nautico says you have to for my sake. Like that's a gut punch of a line right there. When your past self is telling you I don't want to die, it's like, well, you have to for my sake. I'm surprised they didn't keep that into the anime because that line hits.
They said something like that. They
They did, but not to that extent. And maybe it's just because that's the translation I read, and it's they're trying to make it more emotional than it is.
But they had that sentiment of like, I don't remember which Nautico it was, but it was like, oh, like I'm gonna cease to exist. It's like, but man, it's so big. That's the thing because Nautico created them as sort of like as a tools without like actually, oh, they're actually like a part of me that I need to embrace. It's this arc is so good, man. Like I'm the more I talk about it right now, the more I appreciate it.
Honestly, if we were to redo like the rankings that we did of the story arcs, this would be near it's definitely A tier for sure. If not,
It's A tier. Yeah, I agree.
I don't know if it's as good as something like Hitagi End, but it's up there, man.
So, because I'm not gonna count Nautico Snake, because let's be honest, but like Nautico Medusa or Nautico Draw.
Nautico Draw.
Okay, interesting.
I mean, this ends her like this really like puts a nice little bow on her character arc way better than Hitagi End did.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I think that Hitagi End overall is kind of a better arc because of all the other stuff that's going on that behind the scenes and stuff. But as like for the character writing, I feel like this does more to like put a nice bow on her character arc than that did.
It's such a beautiful little arc. It's like it doesn't overstay its welcome. It's paced really well. It's paced really also, fucking well.
It's one of the best paced arcs. Certainly I think it's the best paced arc in this particular season for sure. But it also leaves us on this note of like, even though the character arc is kind of done and there's this nice pretty bow on it, it gives the sense that there may be more for her to do in the future because you have Guyan come in and like teach her like stuff and like she wants to help develop the skill that she has of being able to bring the Shikigami into the world through her drawings. Like she feels like that could be a very useful talent to add to her organization.
Great conversations, great character moments, great side characters that like that strengthen the core themes of this arc. Like it's one of the it's definitely up there. It's an A rank for sure in terms of like
and we get the like ending with Shinobu to like kind of move us into the next set of arcs.
Speaking of which,
yeah,
that 6.5 episode.
Let's talk about that because one of the things I remember when you were watching this is you sent me a text message. It's like, do I need to watch episode 6.5? And I just want to say, as anime fans, especially over the last 5 or 6 years, we have been so trained to think of any episode that ends in the number point 0.5 to be a recap episode. And in fact, the Monogatari series has done this before. They have released point 0.5 episodes that have been recap episodes.
I mean, maybe we've been conditioned like that, but let me tell you something about Kingdom Hearts, bro. That point decimal shit is that got out of hand real quick.
Yeah. But I remember you sending me that. Says like, no, it is. I mean, I won't say it's like absolutely required, but if you want the full picture, you should definitely watch it. And it's called point 0.5 because it is a half-length episode. I don't know why they should have called it episode. Like, I don't know what they should have called it.
If I'll be honest, it didn't feel like a half episode.
I mean, it's only 12 minutes, but it definitely feels longer than that. But let's talk about it because this episode, funny enough, I cannot find any credited storyboard artist for this episode at all. I do not think this episode was storyboarded. And if that's so, I can kind of tell from the animation.
It feels so unfinished because so basically this episode is like a backstory of Shinobu before the next arc, before she got cursed. And I'm okay with that idea. I'm down for it. But man, this presentation is weird. Like, why is half the episode with no music?
That's the thing that really like struck me.
Kind of weird.
Like, there are parts of this episode because like okay, the episode is essentially just
it's like a storybook thingy.
It's like a storybook thing, and it's framed as if like you're actually sitting at a table with someone and they are telling you a story. That is how it is framed. And like you even have, and it's Shinobu who's doing the narration. And it even starts off with the text that says, the story I'm about to tell you is 100% true, but you should think of it as fake.
Yeah. Which is an easy to do.
Yeah, and then you're just, the next 12 minutes is just her just recounting the story of how, you know, she was the most beautiful thing this kingdom had ever seen, and her beauty just ruined the kingdom because everyone wanted to do everything for her, so even take their own lives for her.
Is this some kind of a suicide master?
But no, it definitely feels that way because there are parts of the narration that include music, and then the music will just abruptly stop.
It's very jarring.
There'll be like a 5-minute segment where there's just no music, there's no sound effects, nothing. It's just the narration.
It's very jarring. This half episode is very weird. And I'm okay with it existing in concept, and I'm okay with it being like a kind of a more low production kind of thing, but it just feels unfinished. So, you know, it's kind of like,
yeah.
What? Really? What is this? I didn't dig it.
You're not wrong. And I feel like it could have been done a lot better, but also like it does give a little bit of context as to what Shinobu was like before she got cursed, I guess.
But that's the thing, like when you watch the next arc, Was a Monogatari, you kind of can get the gist of that from that arc, so it feels just kind of like a waste of time, which is funny saying about like a 15-minute episode, but it just doesn't feel like it's kind of worth the watch.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest.
I definitely think for completionist sake you should definitely watch it, but I don't feel like it's like 100% necessary.
I would watch Koyomi Monogatari over this.
Okay. Okay.
But Was a Monogatari.
That is a take. That is a take. But yeah, I don't really have much else to say about this. I mean, it's literally just it's just a short backstory for Kishot before she became Kishot. But she was Princess Acerola. And
then we get to the actual story of how she became a vampire with Acerola Bon Appetit.
Deathtopia Virtuoso Suicide Master.
What a great name.
I was so happy that this was getting an adaptation and you would finally get to meet Deathtopia.
I love that name. That name is great. And I honestly, from at least in Was a Monogatari, this like 2-episode arc, I dig it. I dig it. I like her character. I was kind of like surprised how, not banal, but like how not dramatic this story is, where it's like there isn't any clash between them. There isn't really like there is that sort of, I like the idea of like of Dystopia like starving herself out because she's so obsessed with only eating the finest meat in the land. And then finally
She's
she
a
comes
gourmet,
across,
a
she's a
vampire
gourmet, but then she comes across this one princess where she just cannot eat because she will kill herself. I like the dynamic a lot. I think it's really unique. I like the sort of like absurdity of it all, you know.
Do you like how she's essentially a Chinibyo?
She is actually, when you put it that way. Yeah, she is.
She is like, and she's the one who gives all the vampires that she creates the funny names.
Dog strings.
Dog strings.
What a stupid
Tropicalesque.
name. Tropicalesque. What the fuck are you on about in this series thing with these names?
I mean,
But
I mean, she's the one who gave herself the name Deathopia Virtuoso Suicide
true,
Master.
true, true. Um,
And we reveal how Kishot got her name. Kishot Asarori Orion Hat Anda Bredo.
yeah, it's a cool like origin story with like both the name and the laughter, and like it's. I think this arc is neat, and I think it's good that it's only 2 episodes because it doesn't overstay its welcome, you know.
Yeah, the pacing I feel like is really really good.
And again, we got like there was sort of like a foreshadowing for this like story in terms of like back in Zoku when Aragi meets Kishad in the castle in the dream world thingy. Like I like that we circle back to this idea of her being this princess, and like literally back then he thought he was going to kill himself because of how
What
beautiful
did
she
you
was.
think?
It's like
What did you think of the design of Corpse Castle? Because that's sick.
that's some sick shit, bro. Corpse Castle is a great name as well.
Yeah, Corpse Castle. By the way, great name for a fucking like.
I
evil
love
lair.
I love I love the art design for this arc.
Yeah, and they do a good job because like obviously this is supposed to be taking place like 600 years ago, and I really like the I like the design a lot. Something else that this is kind of like going off track a little bit, but I wanted to bring it up. Something I found kind of funny is so when the Monogatari series first started, Bakemonogatari came out in 2009. By the way,
Oh my god,
I know
that's insane.
It's funny to me how when they started like all the way through like I think even in Zoku they were doing this or for sure in Awari, like everyone's still using like flip phones and stuff, and now all of a sudden everyone's using
Smartphones, yeah, it's so funny.
I thought that was really really funny because like if you go by when the series is supposed to be taking place, which is in like the late 2000s, early 2010s, most people would still have flip phones. I thought that was a really interesting thing to like.
Did they use
modernize.
flip phones in Kizu Monogatari as well?
Yeah, I don't remember if they ever used
I
a
don't
phone.
remember.
They had to have.
Because the movie came out so late, I wonder if they changed like the phone.
No, they
stuff.
did. So I think there is a very short scene where you see someone using a phone, and it's one of the. It's not a flip phone, but it's one of the slide phones that they used to have.
Oh, okay.
That's just something I wanted to bring up that it came into my head. It's like that is really funny.
Cool detail.
And it comes into play in the next arc.
I do want to say I was surprised this arc ended with Dystopia still being alive. Because when that happened, I was like, oh, she's gonna come back in the next arc, I guess. Which I was right.
I mean, it's hinted at, yeah, at the very end, like she's gonna be a part of the story again.
But I like this arc. I like the idea of like how like the of Shinobu becoming a vampire was from her own choice, so, like it wasn't forced upon her. Like I like that it was like it surprised me for sure. It surprised me that they went that route, and it kind of like it made logical sense.
Yeah. I do find it funny. So there's that scene, and again, this could be just a thing with the fan translation. I don't know what the official translation actually will be. In the fan translation of this particular story, in that scene where Deathtopia is trying to get Acerola to speak in vulgar language, they have her start saying fuck.
In the books, really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's weird.
I don't
That's
know.
really weird.
I don't know if that is the is that if that is just the fan translation, or that will actually end up being in the official translation. I just thought that was funny that like because like she has that shtick where it's like I'm the iron-blooded or hot-blooded, cold-blooded, iron-blooded vampire,
Hmm.
and like there's a scene in the novels which they didn't really put in the adaptation where she's like beta testing different ways to introduce herself after she turns into a
That
vampire.
is so funny. Oh, I wish they would have kept that. That's a shame.
And that's where she starts going, I'm the fucking iron-blooded vampire.
I'm the
Like,
fucking.
that's a
That
very
is so
interesting way to
funny.
do it.
That is so funny. Um. So can we talk about Shinobu Monogatari?
Do you mean Shinobu Mustard?
If only it was as entertaining as that song.
Okay, I think I know what you're going to say about this. That
Okay.
the mystery is not that entertaining because we already know what the outcome is going to be.
I think it's just this entire arc is not very interesting. And it's 6 episodes long.
It is. It's the longest arc
It's in this season at least.
in this
And
season. In this season.
And it's
I do like the setup a lot. I like the setup of her wanting to go and check on, like, Deathopia wants to go check up on Kishot to see how she's doing. And, she's obviously very, very weak. And, like, her first thing she does is attack the first person she comes across.
I just think this arc is not flattering to any character that is in it. I was very pumped for Dystopia to come back.
I would push back against that and say it does good stuff for Gaian.
Oh, okay. Okay, listen here.
Because I like watching her do like the whole CSI thing.
Okay.
Oh, you have
I
thoughts.
was a big Gaian guy back in the day, as you would say. I was super into Gaian. I think her role in Tsubasa Tiger was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked her incorporation into Owari Monogatari. I like a lot of stuff that Gaian was involved in. This is the worst rendition of Gaian so far by a country mile, and I'm so mad about it. She is a fucking vacuum of personality in this arc, and I'm so mad. She adds nothing.
I will definitely agree with you that especially compared to what
She's
comes
so
immediately
boring.
before this, compared to what comes immediately before this, and certainly compared to Nautico Draw, this is like kind of a wet fart of a way to end this season. Which is why I really hope this isn't the end for Monogatari. They need to come back and do more. I like the idea. I like the idea of Deathopia coming back to want to check on of Kisha. I like that idea, and I like the introduction of like she meets this high school girl and like I need your blood right now.
And the sort of like the twist where it's like, no, that girl, like Kie from the get-go, she was looking for like an escape from her reality, and it happened when she wished for like a vampire to eat her, and Dystopia showed up. Like that whole ending, you know what? I'm on board with it. But like back to Gang, because I can't stress this enough. Gang worked really well in the past, even as a character who is a know-it-all and she knows everything and everything's according to plan. She works so well. Bro, in fucking Itagi End, where she's like a foil to Kaiki, brilliant. She's like this force in the background that like does all this shady shit. Love it. And then she like, in that same arc, she was also sort of like counteracted by Ogi as well. Like, things were like, Gang was used really fucking well in previous arcs. But in this arc, she just looks like a moron.
Do you think that Gaian is the type of character that the less she's around, the better her character is?
No, I think the less you know about her, the better.
Okay, I would agree with that. I would actually, honestly, I would say that about all of the Ghostbuster characters. I would say that about Gaian.
That
I would
too.
say that about Oshino. I would say that about Kaiki. I would even
Yeah,
say that about Kaganui.
definitely. And but in this arc specifically, because again, like, because Gain was built up as this like the mastermind, and like she's in the shadows all the time and doing this and that. When you have this arc, which is a mystery, and Aragi is consulting Gain, and she's off the mark constantly, and then but she's still like, oh, like things turn out the way she favors. She just comes off as an idiot, and
Maybe.
that's very.
Maybe.
I just like.
Does she come off as an idiot, or is just the mystery that stupid?
I think the mystery.
Because the mystery is not very well thought out. Let's be
I
honest.
think the mystery, like, I think like
I like the idea of like the Monty Hall problem that we see in Zoku. Like that
Yeah.
was done really really well, and like that is at its core that's a math puzzle. And like we see all of these things that are like cryptography like things as part of the mystery, and like the way it's presented in here is like so milk toast and like vanilla.
I'll tell you what, I can get on board with Monogatari doing like a detective type of mystery kind of as which is a bit more vanilla. But the problem is that everyone is coming off from this mystery looking like an absolute idiot. That's the problem. Like everyone's a dumbass in this like arc for some reason. And it's like it's not flattering to that's why I'm saying this arc it doesn't flatter anyone. Like
I
even
guess.
like it's like even like the Topia, like the sort of like the punchline, it's like, oh, she just went to check up on her friend. It's like weak kinda. Like it doesn't hit.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly not as good as other. Well, I would say it's definitely not as good as any other arc in Monogatari. I would say this is definitely near the bottom in terms of like story. Maybe it's because I wanted this to be better than it actually is. Like there are
That's
elements.
the thing.
There are
It's
elements.
disappointing.
There are elements that come up here and there where I like this is kind of really good and this is a good setup, and then they just don't do much with it. Like the idea where they introduce like the little cryptography thing, it's like that could be really really cool if it led to something that was actually interesting.
I like the breadcrumbs. I'm okay with that.
I feel like so what I feel like with this is Nisio Isin probably wanted to write like a mystery story into Monogatari and didn't think about the ending before he started writing it.
I don't
When
know.
you write
It
a
just
mystery story, no, seriously, when you write a mystery story and like there's Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's memoir talks about this. When you write a mystery story, you have to write it back to front. You have to have the ending, not just a conceptualized ending. You have to have the ending written before you start writing the beginning. Because you have to know when you start writing what everything needs to lead to make it interesting. Not just for the characters that are trying to solve the mystery, but for the
Yeah.
audience that's trying to read the mystery.
And I'll also tell you what, I think like another thing that enforces what you're saying about how kind of not as well thought out is when you do reach the end of the arc and it's kind of revealed that Kie is like the perpetrator of everything. There's like this moment where she's like, yeah, I realize I'm wrong, but nah, fuck it. I'll keep doing mistakes now because I'm way in too deep. And I'm like, that's it? Like that's the like the even the antagonist of this arc is just really fucking weak and not interesting. She's not that interesting or sympathetic.
I agree. One aspect, and it's a sort of a minor aspect, but I do like how they linked it back to something we had seen before: the mummies, the failed vampirizations. I like how I like how they link that back to the zombies that you see
Mayo Jiangxi.
in the time travel arc. I do like that.
I agree.
Because it's
That's really cool.
That's one of the aspects that came. I was like, wow, that's actually really interesting and a great way to tie that back into something the audience has seen before. It's a shame that it's not part of a greater mystery that I care about.
Yeah, that's like this arc is like probably the biggest disappointment I have with Monogatari as a whole so far because it just it has elements where I'm like, okay, cool, I'm on board. I'm on board with no more dystopia. I'm on board with like all these different like mysteries or whatever. I'm on board with like, oh wow, like Aragi has like a like that idea of like guys like, yeah, I'll fuck off for 4 years if you help out with this. Like I'm like, okay, I'm in, but it's just that it doesn't come together elegantly at all, and like it also meanders a lot, which means
Yes.
like it doesn't it should have been 6 episodes.
It
It feels so
it's
stretched out.
this is another thing where I feel like Nisio Isin had these characters like that were tailor made to solve this mystery, and then just goes on these side tangents and everything with them, and it's like, just find an excuse to get them all in the same room and have them talk.
And that's the thing that kind of crushed this arc for me as like an anime only, obviously. The presentation in this arc is not great. Like there were so many scenes where like, oh, they're literally just people in a room talking, and there's not a whole lot of flourish to it.
That's a thing. So obvious. I'm assuming if you're watching this and you've made it this far, you've watched other parts of the Monogatari series. There are parts of the Monogatari series that Natai and I have talked about that you can point to that are literally, there's entire episodes where it's just two people in a room talking, but they make it interesting. Like the animators, the director Aki Yushimbo, he finds a way to make that interesting, whether it's through the way the characters are talking, the visuals that you see while the characters are talking, or something about it is good. This, you have that in a couple of these episodes where it's literally just characters talking, but there's none of those like flourishes like you say that we've seen in previous entries in the Monogatari series. I will say one standout to this where it doesn't do this, where it was actually interesting, was the Rakugo performance that Hachiguchi
I was about to
was on.
say, love that thing with Chikuji. I loved it. I loved the scene where Aragi is in heaven. I like that as well quite a bit. Like there are these moments, but like it's for the most part like every time Aragi went to the fucking cryo sleep chamber with the body and he talks to God, I was like, God damn it, oh my god, because it's never interesting. It's just never interesting.
I love the fact that when Aragi finds himself in heaven, I want someone so badly to edit that to where that scene from Field of Dreams where it's like, is this heaven? No, this is Iowa. I really need someone to edit that.
We can get on that actually. I can try to make something of it, but it's
you
just
need
so.
to watch Field of Dreams. It's a great.
I do actually do. But yeah, that's the thing. Like I like this arc was so disappointing. It was so disappointing to just watch and be like, God, it's not. This might be my least favorite arc.
Does it make it more disappointing for you? Is it more disappointing than Koyomi Monogatari?
Koyomi Monogatari is shorter.
You know what? Fair enough. Does it make it like even worse that this is the final arc in this season?
Yeah,
because this is what you leave off on.
Yeah, I when I was done with it, I was kind of like, which is and it's fucking Monogatari, dude. Like, come on, like,
I will say, I was shocked to find out throughout this that apparently there's actual words in Japanese for Celsius and Fahrenheit that aren't just Celsius and Fahrenheit.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was like waiting for him to pronounce it, but it didn't.
They get to that scene and like, wait a minute, they're not saying Celsius or Fahrenheit.
I was so shocked by that.
They're actual words in Japanese for Celsius and Fahrenheit, and they're not just borrowed English words or borrowed whatever Dutch, German words, whatever names.
Yeah, it's like I was surprised they didn't say Celsius.
Celsius, Fahrenheit.
But yeah, I
FC
was so
fan club. What a stupid reveal,
bro! And it's like, oh look, they got Aragi into a pajama with all the hot girls. I'm like,
I mean,
you didn't earn it. You didn't earn this. You didn't earn this. I don't. This arc doesn't get a pass for this bullshit. I'm sorry.
I like how I do like his reaction to that. It's like, wait a minute, you want me to go to a girl's sleepover?
I did appreciate how every girl in that scene was tall as fuck. I
Yes.
really like that.
And you were sitting there like, yes, mommy, yes, mommy. It is so funny to me that Koyomi is not that tall.
The
Like
short little
he is,
bloke.
Karen is taller than him.
I mean, she's a beast though.
I think I forget what it is in centimeters, so forgive me, but I think Araragi is like 5'6". He is moist critical height.
I'm wondering if height of all characters in Bakemonogatari. Now I wonder.
I
He
do.
is
There is a height chart out there that like an official height chart.
165 centimeters.
Okay. I don't know.
Oh, he's a cute boy. But yeah, it's I really was. I'm honestly bummed how much I didn't enjoy watching this arc.
What did you say he was in centimeters?
165.
165.
Oh, you're gonna convert it? Yeah, it makes sense for all of our
Araragi
freedom citizens.
Araragi is 5 feet 5 inches tall. Holy shit, he's short. Do you know who else on the podcast has been that short?
He's a twink who
Sho was that short. Actually, Sho was 5'4".
two Twinkies. What can I say?
It's so funny to me that I think Hitagi is also supposed to be taller than him.
I was also disappointed with Dystopia. Like, I kind of wanted more. And it's like
Do you mean
I
in
really
this
wanted
arc
more.
or just in general?
I liked her in Was a Monogatari. Like, it was a cool introduction of her. Like, especially that whole aspect of like her being like obsessed with like eating acerola. Like, I like that. But in Shinobu Monogatari, she was just kind of a wet fart.
She doesn't have much to do. I mean, she shows up, she kind of kicks off everything, and then like she's at the end doing her.
And it's like
shtick.
This arc was just disappointing as hell. Man. I'm so bummed out about it.
I do wonder if the whole thing of calling a Japanese schoolgirls food poisoning is supposed to be like a subtle hint from Nisio Isin.
I don't know about that, Chief.
It's like the teenage girls are kind of shit. It's like, well, I was once a teenage boy, and yeah, you're kind of right.
I will say one positive about this arc. I did write it down. It's if I may quote myself, college student Hitagi, fuck my life into pieces. This is my last resort. Yeah, I stand back. I stand behind that. Holy shit! Look, she looks so good, man.
So what you're saying is that like final scene, right? When Hitagi first appears, you're like,
yeah, I was in. I was locked in.
yeah.
Give me an arc of them studying together in college. That's all I need.
Well, Natai, if they do more seasons, I have got good news for you.
Fucking give me Dreamy Date Drive, but college edition. Bro, I'd melt. I'd actually melt.
Did you actually like the final like scene with Hitagi in this arc?
Yeah, I liked it. It was fun seeing her again. Like I liked the idea of Aragi after his conversation with Kagenui, he realizing, fuck, I'm still a child, because he still hesitates and he still has all these like doubts about whatever. And then Kagenui is like, I don't hesitate because I'm an adult. And I'm like, huh. That's really fucking interesting. Okay, I like that whole ending scene. Like I liked it. It's
do you know
a
what?
shame
Do you realize what she's telling him?
That he's still a kid.
That he has no experience.
Yeah.
She's telling him that, kid, listen, when you've been doing this as long as I have, you just learn to act on instinct.
And I like that. I like that sort of like, I like that the season ends on kind of a sour note, on kind of like a somber note even. And I want to know where they take it from here. But man, this arc was not great.
It's kind of rough to get through, especially considering it's the end of this season, which I'm assuming they're going to go and do more stuff after this.
Hopefully, I don't want this to be the last of Monogatari. Not like this.
But I mean, if there is any consolation, at least this arc does end on a really good Koyomi Hitagi moment. That is the one thing I can point to. If there's any consolation about this arc being kind of as boring or as bit of a wet fart as it is, it does at least end on that note, and
That's the
that's
thing. Just
kind of
it
cool.
overstays its welcome so much. It's a shame. It's a
You
real
know what?
shame.
I think that it wouldn't be so bad if it were like half the length that it is. If it were 3 episodes, I would like be okay. Even if they were like 30-minute long episodes, I still think it would be better than the
Yeah,
six
it's not good.
25-minute episodes that we got,
Yeah,
or whatever they
this
are.
arc is just not good.
Um,
And it's a shame. I'm really bummed
it is a
about that.
shame. I mean, as of the time of this recording, they have announced that there is going to be at least one more episode. I have to imagine that if Shaft is going to be true to their word, they are going to go ahead and adapt all of the other story arcs that are out that are still unadapted.
How many episodes do you think it'll take to adapt the rest of both seasons?
Oh, all that we've got for Off and Monster Season. Again, assuming Nisio Isin doesn't sit and write 15 more novels, um, which he is wont to do. Let's see. We got Waza Monogatari. We got Oroka Monogatari, not a Monogatari. So we still have
And Shinobu Monogatari.
and Shinobu. We got Masubi Monogatari, Sugi Monogatari. And then we have, let's see, Yoi Monogatari, Amari Monogatari, Ogi Monogatari. That's actually kind of good. And then we have the 2 volumes of Shino Monogatari. I mean, I think they could probably
So
do
6 story arcs.
I think it would probably take at least another 20 episodes, maybe 24.
Maybe this special episode is one of these arcs.
Maybe. Again, there's nothing has been said about it in terms of like length or when it's coming out or anything, so it could be like a hour and a half long episode. I don't know.
Yeah, I hope more stuff is to come, and I hope it'll be better because I was very conflicted about like when I finished watching this season is that it contained both one of my new favorite arcs and probably my
Least
least
favorite or one of the least favorites.
probably my least favorite arc. Like Shinobu Time is also not great, but at least it has a good
Yeah.
ending. I don't know, man. I think just the disappointment I feel is a big factor in this. Like I got pissed off about this arc. If I'm being honest, I was like, God damn it.
Yeah. I don't blame you. Like it I won't say that it's like awful. I mean, there's obviously worse anime stories out there than this, but I won't, in terms of like comparing it to other parts of the Monogatari series, and especially considering that within this season, there is a story arc as good as Nautico Draw. It's such a disappointment. This is definitely like if Nautico Draw is like Nisio Isin on his shit, like the final arc, Shinobu Mustard, is literally like Nisio Isin throwing something at the wall and just trying desperately to get it to stick. And it's a shame.
Yeah, I'm actually
Honestly,
bummed.
honestly, I mean, I get why they did it the way they did it, but man, it's such a shame that it ended on this arc. I really wish they'd have done one more arc, like any other arc, in All for Monsters season to end it off. But
Well,
hey,
we'll see what they got cooking next. Hopefully it'll be better.
so like overall, like, do you want to give a score to each individual arc, or do you want to give a score to this like season as a whole?
I like the season as a whole. I gave it a 6.
Okay,
I think it's
kind of
definitely
harsh,
on
but
my lower end of like the Monogatari seasons. I'm just really bummed because I still enjoyed myself, but like Nadeko Draw was so fucking good. But the sheer disappointment I felt, the crushing disappointment I felt due to Shinobu Monogatari it really soured my experience.
I'm not too far like off from where you are. I'm really conflicted as to whether I want to give it like a 6.5 or a 7 as a whole. Because I mean, Nautico Draw is so fucking good, and I think that Tsukihi Undo was done really, really well. I'm glad that it was one episode. It was like a one and done sort of story arc.
Yeah.
And I think it's like we said before, it doesn't overstay its welcome, unlike Shinobu Mustard. If they had spread
Shinobu Master is
Tsukiji
just
Undo, if they had spread
no, sorry.
Tsukiji Undo over like 3 episodes, I feel like even that would have overstayed that arc.
For sure.
Overstayed its
For
welcome.
sure, for sure.
So I'm glad they were able to do that, and the fact that we get those back to back is really, really good. I feel like the current 6.5 is kind of a really like whatever, and then Acerola Bon Appetit, really good introduction to Deathtopia, and then the Shinobu Monogatari or Shinobu Mustard.
Also, the fact that like that one continues the other, like it feels like this 8 episode stretch of like this continued like story, and it just doesn't work that well together. It's frustrating.
I mean, if you view it as an 8 episode arc, at least the first 2 episodes are interesting enough. It's just that it doesn't end very well. But yeah, I'm
shame.
struggling whether I want to give it a 6.5 or a 7, but I'm leaning towards a 6.5. So I'm not too far off from where you are.
Yeah.
It's but if I have to give the overall arcs a rating, I'm going to give Tsukiji Undo 7. I'm going to give Nautico Draw like a 9 because that's fucking amazing. The episode 6.5 is what I'll give it a 5 out of 10. Whatever, at least you tried.
Tried.
Acerola Bon Appetit, I'll give like a 7. And then Shinobu Mustard, unfortunately, it's like a 4.
Yeah, that doesn't seem far off from what I'm thinking as well.
Yeah. That's it. I can't believe we got a chance to talk about Monogatari again.
Yeah. It took it took us a little while. It took me a while to get through it as well. I'm sorry about that, but I'm glad we got to.
I've said it before, and I will definitely say it again, and I'll probably say it in the future again. Like, I will never miss up an opportunity to talk about the Monogatari series. It's one of my favorite things ever in anime. I'm glad that I have someone that I can talk to it about so in depth, that also likes looking into the little like nooks and crannies of all the little story.
There are a lot of nook and crannies here.
Oh, there are. And talking about like all the callbacks and the pop culture references and all that kind of stuff. Which we really didn't even talk about some of the like the pop culture references that
There's
show
a
up.
fucking Kizu Monogatari reference in this arc. It's insane. It's insane. But like, as you can tell, I love this shit. But yeah, keep going.
And I'm sure that when the new episode comes out, and if any other future stuff comes out, Natai and I will get back together and talk about it once we've had a chance to watch it. And I'm glad that we have people who are like pushing us to like talk about it right now. Do you know what this means though? This means we have to redo all of our rankings and stuff because there's new stuff to add. Let's wait though, since there's
once Monster and Off Season are actually done and in the books, let's do it.
Yeah. And now you need to read the manga because it's a completely different story.
Bro, the manga is actually crazy in terms of art. I'm actually curious to check it out.
Oh, great. Does a phenomenal job with the art.
Oh, great indeed.
Oh, great.
But yeah.
Maybe eventually we can talk about the manga at some point because the manga is wild.
We should do that, yeah.
But anyway, I'm glad that people have been pushing us to finally talk about this and that we were able to. So for those of you out there who have, I hope you enjoyed it. For those of you out there who have, do let us know below what you thought of this season. Did you guys think that Shinobu Mustard was as bad as Natai and I thought? Or maybe we're being too harsh on it. I don't know. Let us know.
Let us know in the comments.
Let us know what you thought. Also, as always, like this if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. Something I do want to point out, the week this comes out is also the same week as the 10th anniversary of the Anime Club After Dark podcast on November 20th. Assuming you're watching this before we do it, we will be doing a 10th anniversary live stream. So please do be sure to watch this. How funny. One of the things I'm most proud of us doing on this podcast is what's coming out on our 10th anniversary week.
It'll be great. It'll be great.
It will be. You can also check down below where you can find links to all the stuff Anime Club After Dark does. We also have a Discord server you can join down there where we do all kinds of things. Watch parties, game streams, all that good stuff. If you want to join us, just be sure you are at least 18 years of age or older if you decide to join us there. But yeah, Natai, any last words about Monogatari until next time?
Say no.
Peace, peace.
Peace.
I love my little curse. Look at this.
Oh, don't look at that. Don't look at that.